everybody. You are so welcome again in another lesson, which is since and for. And by the way, this lesson is related to the present perfect, which is related to the previous lesson. Okay, so these are some signal words of present perfect, but the question is, when do we use them? Because let's say they are twins, okay, but they have different uses. Okay, so the first question, we use since and for. Yeah, so what's the meaning of since and for? I'm going to give let's say translation of since and for. Since is منذ and for is لمدة. Clear? So here we are when I say منذ or since, I'm talking about specific time, and when I say for, I'm talking about period of time. Okay, a period of time. Okay, so since plus specific or exact time, and when I say for plus period of time. So I'm going to give some examples in order to understand more. So for example, I have been a doctor since 2010. We are now in 2020. Yes? So since 2010, so here I give specific time. I give exact time. Alors, 2010 till 2020, it's 10 years. Okay? It's 10 years. هذه 10 ans باش بدا son travail. So let's see the second example. I have been a doctor for 10 years. The meaning of the first sentence is the same as the second. Ça veut dire المعنى c'est le même. Okay? But the difference is in vocabulary, in the words. Alors هنا عطيت le temps exact استعملت since، وهنايا قلت لك المدة شحال وانا خدام as a doctor. So 10 years واللي حسبناها راه هي 2010. Clear? Alors هنا لمدة 10 سنوات. Clear? Pendant 10 ans. Clear? So I hope that the examples are quite clear. So I'm going to do an exercise with you, and I hope that you answer correctly. So let's start. So you're going to fill in the gaps with since or for. Okay? Since or for. So I repeat again. Since plus exact time, since 2009, since my childhood. ملي كنقول exact time راه ماشي بالضروري يكون temps، راه تقدر تكون period في حياتك. For example ملي كنقول childhood، هذيك راه محطة في حياتنا، نقطة في حياتنا. So for example, I haven't seen Sarah since my childhood. And for plus period of time قلنا for 10 years, for 2 hours, for 5 minutes, for a week, for a year, for and so on and so forth. So let's start for number 1. I haven't seen you a week. Week is a specific time or period of time? Is a period of time. Period. And period of time here we use for. So for. Yes? Again, I have lived here 5 years. 5 ans. 10 years. 5 years. So again, it's a period of time we're going to use for. Number 3. I have been waiting 12:30. 12:30. So here I'm talking about time, exact time. So we use since. The following one, which is number 4. I have been studying English last January. Point in the of time. So I have been studying English since last January. And number 5. I have been studying English your birthday. Your birthday is a specific time. So we use since. I have worked here 2 months. 2 months, 2 mois. Alors, 2 months is a period of time, so we use for. So I hope that since and for are quite clear. So by the way, since and for are signal words of present perfect. I hope that they are quite clear and the example is again quite clear. So please, if there is any question, please write it down on the comments, and you are so welcome again if you want to ask, to suggest, or if you want a lesson to be explained, I am so pleased to do that. Just write it down in the comments, and see you next time inshallah with another lesson. Goodbye.